All right, these are video detail notes for Lowe's 1692 Mrs. Vance's kitchen. A couple things I want to go around the room here with you. First of all, we have a unique feature in this kitchen, which is the banister and the staircase. This is not seen in most kitchens off, so we got to make sure that that's established on my drawing as a banister. And then the other thing we have is soffit boxes across the top of the house here. They go all the way around to the other side. If you can take a look, the soffit boxes are structural. They actually have the sheetrock on the bottom with the popcorn. So we need to make sure that when we're looking at this layout for the customer that we're doing a standard overlay cabinet. That way we don't have any problems with being able to put a small scribe molding or UM8 from Shenandoah on the top of the cabinets to heel those back up to the boxes. Also take a look, she's got a valance across here. Underneath here, we've got a light hole, you know, where it goes way up over above. So all that stuff is structural, it won't change. But if you look, she's got zero margin on the window. So the window is actually all the way to the side on one side, about 3/4, ½ inch on the other, but we're looking for a zero margin layout on the cabinets where we don't have anything in here that's going to be hard to paint or anything like that. It comes all the way up against the moldings. Okay, so start on this side. Back door, got a space here between. I've got measurements from the molding of the door trim to the door trim of the window, which is crossing this area. We've also got a 31-inch measurement from the edge of that door trim to the back of this cabinet box. There's 31 inches of margin right there to where this cabinet sits in the room. The bar top itself is 24.5 inches wide by 96 inches long. That's the base underneath the countertop, not the countertop measurement, the base underneath. In here, above this, there is a 2¼ inch space at the end of that soffit box to where the end of this box is for the cabinet for the fridge. This cabinet for the fridge is 37 by 14 inches tall. If you look, her refrigerator actually opens left hand on the freezer in the bottom fridge. We're going to actually reverse that for her. The hinges will be on the right, so it'll open this direction. But the spacing that's left in here for this is 30 inches wide, 28 inches deep, and 66 inches tall. When we're looking at spacing, there's plenty of room for this. But the one thing I am noticing when I push this all the way back, this barely clears. See there? So that's one of the reasons I was wanting to change the handle to the other side to make sure that we have plenty of room for the drawers to open and close.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, without having any problems with that. Now the margin, the draw, right now to the edge of this is 33 inches. So that is the void area is 30, but we need about 33, 34 inches before this drawer to make sure that it'll clear without hitting anything. Also, we want to make sure we're deep enough with these that we don't have problems if she decides to change to a different refrigerator. If she goes to a side-by-side or a French door, it's going to be deeper than this. So I always want to make sure that we have plenty of room that don't happen. This drawer is empty right now because she can't use it. No. Well, also. Now, other side right here to the left, I've given you measurements of the soffit. This is 14 inches deep. It's 12 inches tall. And along the face from this point to the inside corner here is 109.5 inches of soffit face. From the front point of this to the end here is 84.25 inches of soffit box. And then again, it's 14 inches deep here. This overhangs about 3 inches. Right now, this cabinet only measures 20 inches, which is not a standard for us. So I put on the design a 21-inch cabinet for here, a 21-inch cabinet for the base, because we have room for it, to make it sure it's a standard, okay? To the right of the stove, from the corner to the end is 45.25. Right now, that is a void or blind corner section. Not room here for a Lazy Susan. We need to keep this because she wants to have some drawer space around this. On the microwave, right now on the top of this, take a look, we've got a box. We need to sink that box in the wall and put in a receptacle plug cover, receptacle and a cover correctly. And then also this cabinet is 18 inches tall. The new cabinet needs to be 15 inches tall because you can see how the plastics are yellowing from the heat on the stove. We need to move this up to 3 inches to where it'll be at the right height. That's normal for the over-the-range microwaves. Now a couple more numbers for you. Again, it's a base 20. I went with the base 21 in the drawing because we have room for it. There is a couple of inches of space here. The 98.25 inch measurement for the back wall is actually to the side of this banister. We have a little more wall room, but we're running out of soffit. So 98 1/4 is to the side of this banister. Let's see. Underneath, they have reworked the plumbing, but we still have valves coming out of the floor. We have a plumbing coming out of the floor, and then we have a line coming down. It looks like it might be for electrical or something that goes through there. Whatever that is will have to be disassembled when we go to do the installation of the cabinets. So make sure that you put on there new valves, hot and cold. Those will actually, I think they're 45 a piece or something like that for labors, but those valves are original. They're not going to hold when we try to turn them off. Shenandoah cabinets is kind of what we're talking about with these. Standard overlay, like I mentioned a minute ago, white maple finish. They do not want a particle board or MDF door. They wanted something that's similar quality to what they have, which is an all wood drawer, all wood face frame. But they want the soft close doors and drawer fronts, soft close drawers, to where everything's more modern than what these are. Of course, adjustable shelves, that's something else. 96-inch ceiling heights is what we've got in the room. We've got 84 inches to the bottom of the soffit from the ground. So I think that's everything for those. Did you have a question?
Sink. Time you carry it out of there, would it be feasible to put a new one in or just replace?
This kitchen is able to do a temporary sink. If you wanted to do that, write it up as a temporary, because we have an existing sink and a countertop. While they're waiting on the countertops to be made, we could put this back in, but it needs to be on the contract, and when we do the tear out, it needs to be on there, so that we're going to save that. But yes, that's a good question. We can put that sink in temporary while they order your new countertops, so no problem there.
Well, but if we want to change and get a new sink.
You can after the new countertop goes in. See, I'm talking about putting you back in where you have something to use while the other one's being ordered. Yes, ma'am. All right, and then the last thing I had was there's a 110 volt outlet at the end of the run here. We need to make sure we put that on the scope of work to replace it. She said to make sure we get quarter round for all the bases. She wants to make sure that all goes back down the same color as the cabinets. And then also the valance, like we talked a minute ago, maybe something more modern as far as the shape, but she wants to talk to you about different types of valances for above the sink. If you need me for something else, give me a call at 423-650-1051. Thanks very much.